Hello everyone, and welcome to Slow Stitch Sunday with Rita. Today I was going to start out by showing you how to print on your printer photographs or designs, whatever you'd like to do. I did this little, this is for a journal cover. It's a little digital that I had, and I printed it out on fabric, on muslin, and stitched around in little places that was already printed, and I think it turned out really cute. So I decided, and Mother's Day's coming up, so I thought I would do my tag for the month. It's like a display tag. So I looked for a picture on my computer of my mom, and today is 1 year since she passed, and this is a picture of her. So everybody's cameras, everybody's computers and how they print out are different. So I can't even explain to you how to do that. But basically you just get a picture up in your program, whatever you use, and then where you're able to print, then, you go from there, okay? So this is the paper I use. It's called, this is from Office Depot. There's several different places you can get this paper. But it's a full sheet white inkjet mailing label, and it is full size. So it's 8.5 by 11, okay? And it's sticky on one side and it's paper on the other. So, I don't know if you guys got that, but there's, this is 81.65 Home Depot, Office Depot. And it may also be in same size as Avery, 81.65. Okay, so there's 25 in here, and I don't know how much they are, but you can use them more than once. Here's one piece that's still pretty sticky, and I used it twice. Actually, I think 3 times I used this one because I printed on the wrong side, so I'll do it again. But so let me show you. Now this picture here I'm going to print at, I need to score this. Okay, hold on. I can get it here. There we go. All right, so we're going to pull this down. And you might not want to go all the way down with it until you're ready, to stick. So I leave a little bit of a edge up at the top, like maybe like that. And mine doesn't get stuck in the printer when I do that. I don't even have a full piece of fabric, but if you have a full piece of fabric, you want to trim down the sides of your fabric so that it will fit in your printer exactly. And this bottom part doesn't matter either, depending on which way you put it in your printer. And everybody's printer is different too, so depending on what side. Okay. I don't know why I was gonna cough when I'm first talking. And cold coffee. Okay, so now my printer, I have to, if I wanted to print on this side, I have to turn it over, which I realize. And so let me bring this back over here. I hope you can see what I'm doing because it's hard to get an angle here. And then I'm going to take one of these papers out. This has got to go down, face down. And then stick it in where it goes. And then here, I'm just going to come along, and I didn't have my mouse with me. Hopefully, oh, let's see. Hold on, I've got to get my mouse. Sorry about that, because I don't like to use this thing. It drives me crazy. Okay, so now I've got it all set up. I've got this set at a 3.5 by 5 inch photo because I'm going to be putting it on a 4 inch by 8 inch tag. So let's say print, And you just print it normally. I always print on HP matte presentation paper. If you have Epson, whatever you have, just use your presentation paper setting or your photo setting. So I'm going to put it on print, and it's going to start. That was quick. Now, I've had them where I've put it in here, and for some reason, the fabric might wrinkle, and then I got like a black streak on it or something like that, but 9 times out of 10, it works. So, it's not, in other words, too wasteful. But this is, you can do more than one picture. So if you get your paper and you can line it up. So that came out really pretty. Actually, it's like came out a sepia tone. So that's all there is to it. And then this, you pull this off. Do not cut around this picture before you take it off. Because when you pull it off, these edges are going to unravel. And if you do that really close to where the picture is, then you're going to rip it off. Now this is still good. So I'm just going to take the layer of the stuff that covers it and stick it back on, which is not sticking. I don't know why. But yeah, I just keep those. And so here's the image. And then you'll cut around this, and in my case, I'll probably leave an edge so that I can stitch this around and put it on the tag that I'm going to make. And I thought maybe I would just try to stitch some little flowers on her blouse, or maybe along the edge of her skirt, maybe put something in the background. I don't know. I won't know that until I just sit down and start stitching. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part, and then when I come back, I will either be ready to stitch on this one, or I'll be ready to stitch on something else. Okay, so thanks for watching so far. Hello everyone, and welcome to Sunday Slow Stitching with Rita. I had glue on my hand. I didn't know I had it until I went to do this. So what I was going to work on today is I'm doing display tags that I put in this little box. I've showed you before how I made the box. And so what I'm wanting to do is, in honor of Mother's Day and my mother's 1 year passing, May 1st, I wanted to do something with her on it. So I thought I would do crazy quilting. So I tried to do this yesterday, and it didn't quite work. So since then, I've kind of figured out what I did wrong. But the main thing is, first we need a background, you know, whatever you're gonna, if you're gonna make a tag or whatever you're gonna do, you know, of course you need to have whatever size it is. And then a backing that will cover that, I would say. And it doesn't have to be felt. I'm using felt because I want a little bit of padding, you know, make it padded a little bit. And then you need your fabrics that you're going to use. I've got a variety of things here. And I hope that they work. A lot of them are kind of heavy. They're what do you call that? Oh, I'm going to cut those out. Upholstery or curtains or something like that. So anyway, but the main thing that we have to do first is we need a block to start with. And on a crazy quilt, you need to have 5 edges. Well, this is so long that I'm not going to be able to do that. So I decided to cut this off here. I'm just going to mark. I hope you can see me because I moved my cameras around. Okay, so that, I'm going to just go ahead and cut that because then I can visualize it. And you kind of, you could make a paper template or plastic or something and set it down on your image so you make sure you get that. And I did, actually, I'm going to attach another part of this in the beginning of the video, which I did yesterday, on how to print onto fabric. Okay, so we've got this angle, and then if I go this way, I've got another angle. So I'm not going to have as much of her showing. If I was doing a bigger piece, okay, so there's 1, 2, and then I could go, let's see, I don't want that there either. So I'm going to go here. Let's see. So it just needs to be 5-sided. And whatever you're going to put in the center needs to be centered. So if it's a bird or a flower or something like that, because you could take a piece of fabric and use this as your center piece if you wanted to. And then again, you don't even have to have a center if you don't want. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then I'll just cut these edges. And then that's 4, and this one makes 5. Okay, so there I've got 5 edges. And, all right, so now let me think. I want to, I'm thinking, do I want to cut it down? Because it's going to fit on this piece of cardboard. And this is, I think, 8 by 5. Because these containers that I buy crackers are exactly the right size for all my tags. So, yeah, that's what I want to use, is that. Okay, so now I've got that, and kind of center that if you want to center, or you can put the picture up here if you want. You can start wherever you want. You could start down here and then start building. It depends on how much, you know, fabrics you want to show. Depends on what, what was I gonna say? I don't remember now. Okay, so now we're going to, let's start on this side here. And I think I had smaller pieces cut, and I don't know what I do with them. Well, let's just cut this. I'm going to take the selvage off here. And oh, this is hard to rip. This is like bark cloth. This is heavy, heavy stuff. I'm going to save those. You never know. You might want to sew those in somewhere because they're so cute. All right. So let's take this. There's not going to be enough for the flower to even show. How about, well, darn, anyhow. Okay. I'm going to cut this. Because I would like that flower to show. I'm going to move this over a little. So I don't have a lot of room to work with. All right, then I'm just going to cut this part away for now. Because I don't need all that extra fabric. So now what we're going to do is put these, the middle one is going to be right side up. You're going to put the pretty side facing you. And then when you start adding on the sides, you're going to put the pretty side to the pretty side. And I'm going to leave just a little bit of an edge right there. I'm having a hard time seeing because I don't have the right glasses. I'm going to leave a little bit showing from this point to this point, because when I sew, I'm going to sew from here to here. And then we'll trim off the excess. So I'm going to use a regular 50 weight cotton thread. And I hope that I'm in camera, because let me move up this way a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick running stitch. And I decided that I need to I have a cart in this room for cross stitch and patterns and things that I have sitting to do my other kind of stitching. And then I thought, I have to move all of this off of this table every time I do it, because it's also where I use my computer and stuff. So I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I've got another cart out in my shed. I'm going to bring it in, and it's going to be this slow stitch cart. And then I'll have everything ready that I need when I need it. Okay, so I'm going to put a little knot here at the end where we stop stitching. I got giant scissors out. Okay, so now we're going to go back like this, okay? So now the next piece will go this way. So here we're going to just, if you want to draw across, do it, because you want this edge to be pretty straight. So this way you can just kind of bend that back down and get your scissors in there like this. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but you know. All right, so the next piece is going to go right here. And so you're going to need a piece big enough, and I don't think that would be it. I just found that color. I like this plaid. This is a color that my mom would love. So, I mean, I can just see that she would love to have this on a bedspread or curtains. And if you have a little mini iron, it probably would be good just to do your press. I'm just going to finger press. Now I'm going to go this way and make sure that I have covered here to this end. Okay. And I could actually cut this down. That way we can add more fabrics if there's, you know, not so thick. All right, so we can go pretty much to the edge there. And if you want to pin, you can, to keep it. And I'm going to put my pen right down here where that's my first edge is. That way I notice. Let's see, I know I have a needle threaded on here. Oh, what did I do? Lose it? Okay. All right, well, I lost it. So let me get a new one. That was easy enough. The eye on this one's pretty big. I don't even know where I got this needle, but yeah, put a knot at that end. And then I'm going to start here. And go in and out, which is a running stitch. If you want, you could sew this. If you wanted to get it done fast, this part, you could run to your machine and sew your pieces on and then come back and do embroidery. So I'm not going to get this done in this video. So what I'm planning to do maybe is, if I get a couple pieces on, I can do a little bit of embroidery somewhere. Simple, because I don't do difficult stitching. You know, lazy daisy or something. But Crazy Quilt is good for like herringbone stitch, because you can go across both layer or both sides of the fabric. Okay, don't go anywhere, just stay right there. All right, so now we've got that, and then we're just going to turn it because we want to do this side. So here I'm going to cut this off. Okay, and then we have to find a piece to go on that side. Now see, it's got to be as long enough. And that would work because it's all the way up to that edge. This edge would be trimmed off. But that's kind of just the exact same fabric, isn't it? All right, let me see, what else do I have? I have this other flower. Let's just put a piece of this in. I'm going to get some of this pinkish part. Okay. So on this, I can start right at that very tip. Or maybe I don't, maybe I want some more of this in there. So I'm going to start right there. But if I move my fabric back just a tad, you know, less than 1/8 of an inch, like just so you can see underneath where the fabric starts and stops. All right. Are you kidding me? I cannot believe I guess maybe I'm just losing the thread. You know, you guys, I'm really as blind as a bat. And so the issue, when I'm sitting in my chair where I sew in the evenings, usually, let's see what I mean by being blind. Then I have glasses for up close where I'm sitting. Sorry, bite my thread off. I've been doing it for so many years. I never think to cut it. So, yeah, I can't see. So I can look at this with these glasses, but if I want to look over here, I can't see it. It's been a nightmare. And I do remember getting my getting cataract surgery, and I was so excited because I could see, you know, at a distance. And then I didn't realize that I wasn't going to be able to see anything close up, you know, that I'd have to have different glasses because I didn't get the extra lens for close-up. I didn't understand, you know, at the time, like, what do you mean, you know? And they said, well, it's $3,000 more per eye to get, you know, the second lens. But I don't think anybody told me that I was only going to be able to see far away, not close up as well. Anyways, long story. But there's nothing that's going to make me give up my stitching, I don't think, unless I'm completely blind. My aunt, she had, what's that? It's an eye disease that, you know, she went blind eventually, and, or nearly blind. And she would, she crocheted Afghans. And her very last ones, she couldn't pick out the colors. Somebody'd have to go get them for her, whatever color she wanted. And, oh my goodness. Get a knot where you don't need a knot. Anyway, so she could crochet those Afghans without even seeing where she was. She just knew, you know, her stitching. So it was kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off. Okay. And then we're going to be doing this angle, so I'm going to cut this edge off. It's really pretty easy once you get the hang of it. You might have to watch a couple times to get that. Okay, now we got that piece. I've got a piece of fabric here. I really didn't like this. I had this in the other piece. I think it's not too short. This one I cut off, or sewed on, and then had to actually, that'll work. Okay, how about that? It's like the perfect fit. So I don't know if I asked everybody, but I hope you're all doing well. Anybody been watching any? Oh my goodness. Anybody been watching anybody thread their needles 100 times in a video? Because I feel like that's what I'm doing. And I always think, well, maybe I should sew with double thread. That way it won't come out of my needle, but it never fails that will get tangled up, and then I end up having to cut right in the middle. And I'm looking right here, and I don't have enough, leaving too much of a gap. Oh my goodness. I'm going to put you on pause here for a minute, and I'm going to get my other glasses. Okay, I'm back. That's better. The distance from where I'm sitting and where I'm sewing is just too far away for the glasses I was wearing. So, I don't know. I'm going to do that again because I didn't really have enough to get a good tail on it. Okay, so that's going to go that way. Cool. And I'm doing this with the ruler because I just sometimes I just can't get a straight line, and then it's all messed up. All right, so now here we're going to need a fairly big piece, I guess. That's not going to work. I was hoping I could get that green, but I could probably get that green somewhere else eventually. Okay, so actually I only need to go, did I turn that the right way? Yeah, see, I need to go all the way down there, don't I? It's kind of going the wrong direction. All right, I'm going to have to shorten looking for other pieces of fabric. Okay. Don't know if I should put blue. Oh, I could put blue. There's enough blue there to. If I put this blue in and add a little more blue, that'd be good. These pieces here have such a variety of colors in them that they work. Even though they're kind of an abstract design there. I was thinking maybe that blue probably would not be enough. Okay. Move on, move on. All right, I'm just going to put this. Let's see how much I need. All right. It's one of my favorite fabrics. I hate cutting it up. But now that I don't do quilting anymore, it's like, you know, it can't just sit there. It has pheasants on it. Isn't that pretty? A big pheasant. I think, I'll try to think of what her name is, the designer. She designs a lot of Civil War fabrics. Okay, so let's say, because that's crooked like that, then I'm just going to straighten this piece up. Okay? And that way it won't be a problem. Some thread. So Rachel's come out with her new challenge for this month. I think it's to make boxes. And I'm like, I just made a box. I just made that at Chewy. But I'm not following along with hers this time because I didn't want to start, you know, or do a video of her challenge because I only can do this once a week, and that would take a lot longer to do. You know, the things that people were doing, making bags and things like that. Yeah, because I've made a few boxes, haven't I? I love boxes. And I bought yesterday at Hobby Lobby, I bought 3 boxes, and hardly anything will fit in it. Oops, I just poked my, ow, I did it again. The needle is sharp too. Now am I going to bleed all over? A little bit. I always bleed on somewhere on my work. Anyway, they're useless. I don't know what kind of system, because I need to put these fabrics these scrap fabrics in something where I can find what color I need when I need it. And I just haven't come up with a good solution. But I always organize and reorganize. That's all I do, is figure out how to change it to work better for me. And sometimes you just can't get it to work. All right, let's pull this one over. Let me check my time here. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not... now, I could cut some of this off so I could have another section. Because, or I could just call it done and keep it big. Like that. I think I'm gonna draw a line. Get this part straight. I've always wanted to make a real quick crazy quilt. Ever since I started doing journals, but it just never, it is just a very time-consuming project, and I just was always doing something. Like I was working on a grandma's garden, flower garden, and oh my gosh, you know, it's like I worked on it forever. All right, so I'm not crazy about that fabric. This would probably, let me just look at this. If I could get those flowers. Some of this is going to be cut away too. And I'm kind of concerned about that because of the slow stitching or hand stitching if I cut it. All right, I'm going to wait on that. So from this point then, we would take thread and do some stitching. And I thought on here, this is one of those friction pins, so it'll come off if I don't like it. So I thought maybe I would come around like this, and maybe up here, I could go like that, and maybe a leaf. I'm not very good at drawing at all. Let's go all the way down. And then I thought that would be kind of pretty, you know. And then we could do something up here. Let's just try to do a little wave sort of thing. And then maybe I'll just put French knots in there. And I'm just gonna do these, and I'll make lazy daisies. It's like I'm just not artistic enough, I don't know. Okay, and then over in these sections, I will, let's see, what color do I want? Oh, I don't need those colors, obviously. So what I do, green up there, I didn't really want it to look, I didn't think about putting an actual flower. I hope you guys can, I'm in screen. It'd be awful if I don't pay attention. Well, this one here, I can call it a vine, I think. Okay, that would work. This is 8 Pearl Counting, and it's kind of hard to get it going, started. My eyes and my needles are a little smaller. I use a 22 or 24. Not the, it's like a tapestry, I think. I don't know. But I like the size of it. I like that it's not super long. All right, so let's do, I think I'll just do a back stitch or I mean a stem stitch. So my mom's name was Rose, and so I thought it would be nice to have a rose on this somehow. I'm just going to just to give you an idea, you guys. And then I will come back when, probably next week, next Sunday, and I'll show you how it turned out. I think next Sunday is Mother's Day, the 12th. I always do this. I get my stitches too big. I have to get my distance better. Because I like the stem stitch. The shorter your stitches, the better you can go around the curves. And so whenever you're doing any kind of embroidery, if you're going to do something that's got a lot of curves, shorten the stitches. See there, I went really wide, long on that one, but I'm not going to take, I would take it out if I wasn't doing this, because I could rethread it, but I don't want you guys to have to watch me rethread. But I hope I'm giving you some kind of content to, you know, work with. I think every channel that I watch, I learn something new. Even when somebody's not teaching that something, I guess I should have go all the way to the other seam. Okay. If you're really particular, you can draw your own little designs, or you can take the designs out of a book and, you know, like some of maybe your old quilting books, applique books, or something, that craft books, you get them at thrift stores, and there's all kinds of designs in there that you could use. I'm going to do this kind of burgundy color here. All those designs you can use and not make what the picture is. You're just taking out maybe a leaf or a vine, and you can use that to trace your pattern on. Oops. Sorry about that. And if you work on like a muslin piece or something, you can trace right through muslin. And if you have a light, you probably could do even more. All right, so I'm going to do a French knot without a pillow. And then I'm just going to sneak in here and try to do a little lazy daisy. And remember, don't pull your daisies too tight. Leave them nice and loose so that they have the flower effect. If you pull them too tight, then they close up on you. So I guess this looks kind of like a rose vine going up. I may come back in between these and add something else. Maybe a white or a cream or something. Don't do that to me because I need a knot. Yeah, see, I mean, they need something else in there. Let me let my thread dangle a little bit or it'll knot up again. Okay, do this French knot. This would also be cute, like on, maybe not a picture of a person, but a bird or something cute like that, that you could make a Mother's Day card and just put, you know, stitch it down to one of those cards. Plain, you know, cards that don't have any writing, and if you don't like the picture on the card, you can save those and cover them up with these little stitcheries, and that would be cute. And the inside doesn't say anything, so you can write whatever you want. And I'm sure that somebody would love it. I'm always surprised and excited when I get those Pyrus cards. I think Target sells them. And I have my one son and his wife, they always get me a card by that company. And I just love them because they're so three-dimensional and, you know, they're just really nice. But nowadays, you know, the price of cards are so... See, now I hate that, and I won't leave that because see how I didn't get back into where the same stitch was? These are all like got their points on them, and that one doesn't even look like a flower. So I have to take it out. That's just, you know, the way so I'm going to try to get back in there a little bit closer to the center. That's better. You know, I might be able to, maybe I should do them on this side too. What do you think? I don't know. I'll go back and do it. When I slow stitch, I just keep adding and adding and adding. If you watch my regular videos, you'll see pretty soon, the baby book that I'm doing for a friend, and I slow stitched the cover. And I just kept going and going. I was only going to stitch, that one's not as good as I would like, but I think it's okay. Okay, so I like that. I think if I would do 3 here, then I wouldn't feel like I need to go back in and add more. This one here, okay, so I've got red thread left. Let's just, let me see here. I think I can probably just do a little running stitch along this edge. I have enough thread to get it all the way down. You can't go wrong with the running stitch. It always adds so much detail. And I love seed stitching too, because it, you know, takes things and lifts them up, or puts them down so that the background is covered. I wonder if I should have gone all the way up. Yeah. So now I don't know. I'll have strings going across this, all across the back. Oh well. See if I cut. No, I don't have enough. This is not a good idea, you guys. But sometimes I just go for it. And leave it, because something else might catch that. Or you can put a little dab of glue. Nobody's ever going to know. Okay, so now what time is that? Okay, so this here, I was going to put a couple leaves there. I wonder if I should just do it green and put some French knots. So they're simple, and they just add something to everything. This green is kind of like an apple green. Okay, so I'm wondering if I want any more little branches. I feel like I should have one maybe going there. I'm not sure about if I want the leaves or not. I'll do a stem stitch on this one too. Oops. You just start up a little bit so you can go back and grab this part. I'm probably not telling you how to do the stem stitch, but basically it's just the same as doing a chain stitch, but you go back to the middle of the prior stitch, and that kind of makes a rope effect, and it makes a nice line. So instead of going forward and making a stitch, you go back to the center of that one before, and then just keep doing that. And every pattern or every pattern book or whatever has the stitches in it, and that's one of them, one of the main stitches. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the leaves. If I don't like that, I'll come back and take them out. So the same thing for a leaf, you just use a daisy stitch, chain stitch, and I don't like that. Dang, I have the hardest time getting those lined up. Okay. Come on, come on. Fray at the end. You know, there's some good quality threads, and there's some that are not the greatest. And to be honest with you, I bought, so I don't know if I want it that long. I bought some that were quite pricey. I'm not going to say what the name is because it doesn't mean everybody doesn't like it. It just means that I'm not happy with it. And then, you know, I bought colors at DMC, and they're just so much easier to work with, DMC, for me. They just, the threads aren't, they don't seem to come unravel. They don't tangle as much. But, you know, that's my opinion on it. I don't know. I haven't been doing this for that long. I mean, I've been hand stitching for years, but with different formats, you know, either hand piecing a quilt or quilting a quilt, embroidery, and cross stitch, applique. So see, right here is where you really, really want to try to go small. And I feel like my needle's too big and the thread is too thick. So, but I'll do the best I can for this little circle part. Can't believe I even was able to draw that. Okay, one more stitch there. Not sure I have enough to do the other two. I don't know if I want to run out in the middle or not. And then also on your stem stitch, you should go, like once you start a direction, like I feel like I'm going the other way now, but wherever you put your needle in, like I'm going to the inside of the curve, I guess, but some people would go from the outside of the curve. They may start here at the top and work their way back if you wanted to save thread or something. Okay, I got one more little hooky here. Yeah, I'm in camera, am I? No, not really. Oh my goodness. See, it's soft frayed at the end now. Okay, well, that's good enough. Have I been off camera all this time, you guys? I hope not. I can't move that. Oh, I'm sorry. My other tripod connects to a shelf where you screw it up there, and it's way overhead, and then I can just bring it down when I want to get closer. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it. So obviously you can see how to, you know, do that. Her picture's not that good on that fabric because it's an old picture for one, and it was scanned, you know, after a while that you can't get all your, you know, all the actual colors. I mean, it was black and white anyway. So here is my template, and let's just pretend. So far, and I am going to stitch around this on the outside with like a blanket stitch, and then I'm just going to add it to the tag. I'm not sure if I'm going to sew it through the cardboard. I doubt it. It would be easier just to glue it. So that's kind of how it will look, and with the bow and all that. Oh, and then lace, you know, we can add lace. Actually, you could even stitch, you know, a row of lace on your piece if you wanted. Or you don't even have to put the rest of those pieces. You can just, I don't have a whole big variety here. If you can't see through here too much, you can just add laces to the backing in the same way, but not flip it. Here's another. This was just all recently sent to me by my friend Linda. So yeah, that would be pretty. And you could put that in there, and then you could, I'm going to use the same fabric because it's sitting here, but then you could do this and just make that, you know, part of your design. That would be cool. So just need to find another piece of fabric that would look. I just kind of want to get an idea like this. I have more of this fabric. I just have to dig it out. This fabric here you can find at thrift stores all day long, pretty much. Or you can find old bedspreads or old curtains that are not that old. They're like from the 80s, or, you know, when everybody was into French blue and mauve. You pick these up, but I think they're still really pretty colors, and I don't mind it. This one I could add, I would cut this and make it straight, but can add it in up there. Oh, cute. All right, so I'm going to keep working on this, and I will, maybe I can share it in the, maybe I can add it to the end of the video. I have a day or two before I have to post it. That's not going to fit. Nope. So this over here could fit in that corner. I think I'm going to break up this blue. I think I'm going to do something like that because I think it's a little too much blue. Yeah, like that. And then I'll put another color down here like that. That would be pretty. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me, and I hope you all have a good weekend, or finish up your weekend, and you have a great week coming up. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video, and if I don't see you, happy Mother's Day. Okay, bye.